Hi, I'm Numbert.
And I'm Sarge.
And you're watching Battle Gamer News.
Today we're reviewing God of War 3.
Okay, so once again I'm forced to review a game that I personally do not like, but I know that a ton of people will love.
So to make this fair, we have Dan to represent people like him, and we have me to represent the majority of gamers that will actually like this game.
In God of War 3, you again play as Kratos, seeking revenge on Zeus for some reason or another. You know what? It really would have been fantastic had they explained why the heck you are slaughtering every god, monster, and person on the way to Olympus.
They put a lot of effort into recreating the various gods and titans of Greek mythology.
I know exactly how it went down in their office, too. There was one guy who was really into Greek mythology, and he was explaining the various gods and goddesses, and another guy with eyes open wide was like, how awesome would it be if we killed that thing by ripping its head off? And that's what you do.
Nobody plays God of War for the story anyways, they play it for the great graphics and the gameplay, which God of War 3 has in spades.
I'll admit, the graphics are pretty incredible, and it is probably the greatest achievement of this game. Everything looks great, and the sense of scale is really incredible.
There are some really crazy moments where you'll be fighting someone, and suddenly the camera pulls way back to show the titan you've been fighting on top of. All the while, you're still in control of your character, which is really cool.
Not as good as others, which makes it seem like they were crunched for time, or maybe pushed off a lot of the work on inexperienced designers.
Gameplay is also really solid. They don't do much to change it from the previous two games in terms of gameplay, but it's done really well with some fluid and often brutal combat.
Ugh, the combat got so old for me. I mean, it's only so long you can keep mashing X through the levels. Ultimately, you end up spamming the same moves over and over and over all the way across the level.
Just because you don't use it doesn't mean it's not there. There are 4 different weapons in total, as well as a ton of magic attacks and some special combos to vary things up.
Right down to it though, 3 out of the 4 weapons are pretty much just slight variations of Kratos' twin blades with a little extra shine, and I never found the magic all that useful.
You have to admit though, it's pretty awesome when you're fighting a room full of monsters, just to see how amazing it is to rip your way through the room.
It was cool the first couple of times, but doing the same moves over and over got really old for me fast. And it didn't help that my flow got interrupted every few seconds to do a quick time event. Every hard monster in the game has a quick time finishing move that is just annoying to do after a while.
The finishing moves look really good though, especially for the bosses, and there's no way you would have been able to pull off those death sequences without QTEs.
So frustrating to get the boss's health all the way down, only to mess up on a QTE and have to do the whole thing over again. I would have preferred a cutscene, but since you mentioned it, why do we need such ultra-violent scenes? Violence is fine in video games when it fits, but it's so unnecessary in this game, and along with all the nudity and cutscenes, it seems like they were just trying to be controversial.
You are such a little girl.
Overall, God of War 3 just wasn't my thing. It might be yours, and by this point you've probably got a good idea about whether or not you'll like this game. If it looks cool, you'll probably like it. If it looks stupid, it'll probably be stupid to you.
Thanks for watching Battle Gamer News. Subscribe, and as always, keep it here at battlegamernews.com.
Thanks.